Hello, my name's Miles, and this is Steam Graveyard, the gaming series where I look at games that have fallen through the cracks of the Steam store. Today's game is Dark Quest II. Now, I want to say that I'm going off my usual thing a little bit today. Normally I look at older games that never got picked up. People just ignored, and now I seem to be the only one who's sort of taken that shovel and digging these things up, hence the name Graveyard in my gaming series. And I've come across this one game, but it's new, and it's not getting any traction. And I didn't even pick this game for my series. Originally I bought this myself to actually enjoy, because sometimes I actually enjoy games and just play them for fun. But I bought this because I was interested in picking up the first one, which might actually be a decent, proper Steam Graveyard episode. But I saw this one, I wanted to play it because it's bigger, better, and it's just not doing well on Steam. Now, that happens a lot, but I hate to see it happen to a good game. So, it's a little bit different, like I said today, because normally I do go for the older games, but this one is fairly new. It's been out a few months, and I just hate to see it become one of these obscure titles like so many of the videos that I look at. So as of the time of recording this, the game isn't really doing very well, and it is kind of going into that obscure pile. It's the type of game that maybe in the future would end up on an episode of Steam Graveyard. And that's heartbreaking because it's really good. Now, I have thought about creating a separate gaming series to look at hidden gems and maybe hidden turds on Steam. Equally interesting things, I think you'll agree. That's something I want to do in the future, in the near future, I think. But for right now, I think this is a good mix. It's a hidden gem, it's a game that's currently out there, it's wanting to be played, but it's at that terrifying precipice where it could just fall into obscurity. So let's check it out, let's see what it's like. This is Dark Quest II. So, like I said, the first one is on Steam, but it never really got any big following. I think I did get a bit of a cult following, but not as big as it probably should have. So I've decided to restart or make a new game. So this is going to give you an impression from the very beginning of what the game's like. So, on the night of celebration hosted by the king himself, there was a deep and sinister evil lurking beneath the castle. The sorcerer, with his orcs and goblins, dug tunnels and attacked us from below. Monsters from another dimension were summoned, and within a few hours, every man, woman, and child were butchered in a night of blood and drunken frenzy. Drunken frenzy, too. Interesting. The only people who survived that night were in the village, a village haunted by the screams of our fallen brethren. You must now enter the castle to face madness, horror, and death on your ultimate quest to defeat the evil sorcerer and his minions. Good luck. Travel to the castle.
We must warn Master. Master, they are coming.
I see them.
What would you have me do, Master?
Open the gates. Let them in.
Yes, Master.
Okay, can I just say that a little goblin carrying around a terrifying little pet rat is fantastic. I love that. Okay, let's go. Moving, left click on an empty floor space to set the path to get your hero there. Yeah, so this game is very much inspired by Hero Quest, Warhammer Quest, those type of dungeon crawl board games that, were very popular in the, I'm going to say, late 80s, early 90s? Well, no, mid 90s, I suppose, as well. Of course, they're all coming back now. Warhammer Quest was not so much re-released, but there is a new version of it out. And there's a huge resurgence of these type of games. Your attack and accuracy control how much damage you will do with each strike. An attack of 1 and accuracy of 60% means there is a 60% chance to score a hit. This repeats for every attack point. The enemy will use his defense to try and block this. Okay, so you can see there, it says 20% chance to block, 60% chance to hit, and that would deal 1 damage. Okay, I did 2 damage though. So I guess 60% chance to just do 1 point of damage, and then the other 20%, I guess? 60 plus 20, 80, so 20% was left. 20% to do 2 damage. I think that's how it works. Okay, this desiccated skeleton on the ground is telling me to turn back, whilst I still can. And his head just fell off. Let's go. Magic Pot. Okay, so these let you upgrade your abilities whenever you get into the town hub. So after you defeat the first dungeon, you get put into the town, and yeah, there's a few different things there. Okay, Potion of Life. These restore health. There's different chances of it restoring more or less health. So you gotta be careful using them. You can't completely rely on them. This is my special ability for the Barbarian, the starting ability. Throws your axe to an enemy. Deals 1 to 2 points of damage. Deals 2 to 3 points of damage. Deals... oh, it throws 2 of them at level 3. Level 1 is where we are at the moment, so we only do 1 to 2 points of damage. Once I upgrade that, I can do 2 to 3 points. Once I upgrade that again, then I get 2 axes per adventure, or per quest. Because I can only use this ability once per dungeon. So it's incredibly handy to get that upgraded, so I can use that ability twice. Skull of Fate. Upon activating the skull, one of the following will happen. A random enemy will die, a random enemy will suffer 1 to 2 points of damage, you will be healed for 1 to 2 points, you will get some gold, or nothing will happen. So a bit of randomization there as well, along with the potions. Okay, so I took 1 point of damage, but I defeated Goblin easy enough. Abilities. Yeah, I just explained these. So as you can see, there's sort of like a field, like it is very much like the old board games where you're setting down tiles. Every time you get to a new location, a new room, you set down tiles and then the enemies are placed. So you're not sure what to expect every time you go into a new room, which adds to the excitement and makes the game, you know, just fun to play. Adds a real tactical element to it as well. Because you start to kind of have to gamble, you know, should I go into this room and then pop a potion, or should I go in and just try and clear everything out, maybe use my special abilities, or should I take a potion before I go in? All these different things that you can try out, that you can plan, you can strategize, and of course whenever you get more characters, you get more abilities and even more strategies start coming into play. So you can break these barrels and get more gold. Gold is used for buying potions in town and new equipment. Okay, magic attacks. Some characters like the Wizard and Goblin Warlock have a magical attack. To block magic damage from either an attack or an ability, you must have a spell shield. Note there is also chaos damage, which cannot be blocked by any means. So basically you have your armor rating, which blocks physical damage, but only a magic shield. You can see the little icon above this guy. That's the only way to block magical damage. So magic is dangerous, is basically what it's saying. So I'm fairly certain this is pretty much the last room in this dungeon, so I think I can afford to use this axe. Hit him, hopefully kill him, and then hopefully kill this guy, because I'm already down to 3 points of health, so let's try that. Okay. Cool. Oh, and another potion. Nice. Hit this, and that opens the final door, I think, here. Oh. You are brave. Even though you are doomed. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Your magic will soon come to an end, sorcerer. So, yeah. Much like a lot of these old games, and even text adventure games, and what do you call those? Choose your own adventure games. A lot of those, especially back in the 80s, you know, where Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff started out. I mean, I know D&D was before that, but this sort of archetype questing was either to save the princess or destroy the evil sorcerer. So this opts for the sorcerer, which I think is a little bit more fitting for today's time. Congratulations, you have successfully completed your quest and you are now closer to finding the lair of the evil sorcerer. You must return to the village and rest for your next mission. And return we will. Okay, village. So you can rest at the tavern to regain my health, learn new spells, buy potions, resurrect dead heroes, and start a new quest. I wanted to note that there is 3 difficulty settings to this game, normal, hard, and hardcore. I am playing on hardcore, which means that everything is more difficult, and also if your character dies, I don't think you can resurrect them. So you pretty much have to beat the game with the set amount of heroes that you can get. So the 6 overall. And yeah, progression is permanent. If you mess up at something, that's on you. There's no way of getting back to, you know, having your characters all healthy and ready to go. They're gone. In that regard, there's a little bit of a roguelike element, and I love that type of element in games. I kind of got that from playing Diablo 2. I started that, well, I used to play that, you know, kind of as a teenager, and then one day I just switched to the hardcore mode, where you die once, that's it, the game's over, and I could never go back. So if there's any game that has an option for that, I always select it. But I think it's great that this game has the option of you turning that on or off. You can just play the game much more casually. You can set it to hard and still have a challenge, but it's not that sort of... You know, I think, well, luck can sometimes have a lot to do with how well you do at a game whenever it is set to hardcore or roguelike mode. And I totally understand that it's not for everyone, so it's good to have the option. Anyway, this is the hub, so you can see you've got your weapon merchant, the magician who lets you level up your abilities and lets you gain new ones, the elder who gives you new quests. The alchemist, who sells you potions, which are extremely important. So, yeah, I like that each hero doesn't have the same sort of inventory either. I think the barbarian can only hold 2 potions, while someone like the elf, I think, can hold 3. And I would assume maybe the wizard mage character can only hold 1. So again, it's, you know, the element of customization starts coming into the characters, you know, and it isn't just health potions either. You can have a potion that gives you 2 magic shields, an extra turn, the potion that refreshes your abilities. So that would be especially handy for, say, a mage. So say they have all of these really powerful abilities, but you can only use them maybe once or twice every dungeon. So all of a sudden you can use them twice as much if you pop that potion, although it's quite expensive. Divine Potion completely heals your character and gives you 2 shields, so that's good for bosses. Reduces all incoming damage to maximum of 1. That's very useful as well. So maybe a tank would use that. Pop that, send the tank in, and while he's working on the, again, maybe a boss or something like that, or tough character, the rest of the party can sort of swamp in and overwhelm, or attack from afar. Okay, so the tavern, that's where we want to go. Here you will find new heroes that can join your party for a fee. To recruit a hero, drag him onto your party. If you have enough gold, the hero will join you. Okay, so you start off with the barbarian, and I think the maximum amount of characters that you can bring with you on an adventure is 3, but you can hold a maximum of 4 characters in your kind of your town hub. Right now, I can pick any of these characters. And then on my next quest, I can have them join me. Later on, once I get 4 heroes, then I have to start switching things around. Then it's mixing and matching. Because I can have 4, but I can only bring 3 with me. So I could bring all of these magic users, or maybe I could bring the sort of tougher, more tanky characters with me, or mix them around. So again, nice little customization there for party assembly. Let me see. I'm going to take the wizard. So just drag him across. And for this starting character, I think it's free. Later on, you have to spend quite a bit of money to get them. The dwarf is also only unlocked after doing a specific quest. So I think we'll go for the wizard, get some magic going. And then I think it's every couple of levels. Let me see. Yeah, so I have to beat 4 more quests to be able to pick another hero. So that's a considerable amount because the quests do seem to get longer and more difficult as the game goes on. And again, I'm playing on hardcore, so if I lose my barbarian or my wizard, it could potentially make the game pretty much unbeatable. At least at this point in time. Later on, whenever I get more heroes, yeah, it doesn't matter as much. But right now, I gotta keep my guys. Gotta keep these people alive. And in order to do so, I have to rest. So you just slot him in. Again, quite expensive, 50 gold, just to have him gain his health back. But of course, if you look at the healing potions, it's 120 for, you know, just 1 to 3 points, so yeah, it's something you definitely have to do. It also means that it's more economic to go to the tavern to re-heal rather than just chugging potions. So if you can just slide past a quest and just barely make it without taking any of your potions, then you've saved yourself a lot of money. On normal and hard, you can get away with that because you can just resurrect your character later. On hardcore, that creates an entirely new dilemma. Do you want to take that chance? Do you want to save that bit more gold? And again, on hardcore, you need everything you can to keep your heroes alive, to keep going. It's an option. It's something you've got to keep in mind. So let's get to one of the most enjoyable parts of any RPG, leveling up. So like I said, you use these magic pots that you pick up. So I picked up 3 in my last quest. Use those to upgrade your abilities or learn new ones. So you can see I've got one little blue dot there. That means I already know it. And yeah, that's the throwing axe. That's the one that I used in the last quest. So if I really wanted to, I could spend 2 more pots. So there's the little dots here. I could fill that up and level it up to 3. And then I could use this throwing axe twice every time I go out onto a new dungeon. That would be pretty handy. But there's a lot of other stuff I could get. I could learn new abilities. And these are all abilities that I don't have yet. Now, pots are shared between characters, so I get to completely level up my barbarian. Just give him all of the stuff, just make him into an absolute titan, or else I could spread it around. And I think that's probably the better option. Again, especially for hardcore, because you really have to... There's a bit more management going on. You don't want just one character being weak and just, you know, maybe getting hit with that rogue spell or that rogue arrow and just dying on you, because then that's them gone. So let's see. Sure, we'll give the barbarian maybe one new ability, and then maybe 2 for the wizard, because I want him to kind of stay in the back and sling some spells. Let's see. Counterattack. So every time I would get hit, there's a chance of me automatically hitting back. That's pretty good. Double attack. Every 5th, 4th, or 3rd attack, I get an additional attack. Rage. Whenever your health drops below 2, 3, or 4. And again, these 2, 3, and 4, that would mean at level 1, it would be 2. At level 2, it would be 3. At level 3, it would be 4. So if I was to pick this, it would be... If my health drops below 2, then I get +2 attack, which means I attack harder. But I don't really want to get down to just that amount of health before I start hitting harder, so maybe not that one yet. Tactics. Yeah, that just buffs your existing abilities. Fear of Steel increases your offensive powers. That's just a straight up buff. That's not bad. Man-to-Man. Enters into man-to-man combat every time you initiate an attack. Each character attacks in sequence. Bonus attacks lasts until you exit the room. Maximum of 2 rounds. So that would mean that if I was to attack someone, then I'm locked in. I have to fight them for at least 2 rounds. Again, on hardcore mode, I don't want to do that. I want to have my mobility, my flexibility of hitting this guy and then moving on to another one. Or just getting out of the way, or fleeing for my life. You know, that is another option, is just to flee. If you're losing, get out of there. I'm gonna go with counterattack. I think that's what I want to do. That will prove useful. Okay. Magician. So he starts with Lightning Storm. Strikes with lightning up to 1 random enemy in the room. Each bolt does 3 to 5 damage. Oh, I guess 3 damage. and 1 to 2 magic damage. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if those second numbers are to do with the level or not. No. Okay, sure, let's, that's a pretty cool ability to start with. Firewall creates firewall. Anti-shield, so that would be a spell protection. Tornado. Releases a tornado in a straight line. Does damage. Ability. Inferno. Creates illusions. Freezes an enemy and all many enemies around him, making them miss their turn. That sounds very, very useful. So if someone's giving me a lot of bother, I can just take them out for a turn. And let's see. I'm gonna go with that, actually. I already have it, but I want to upgrade it so that I can just walk into a room and just nuke everything. So, that'll be good. Okay, on to the next quest. The passage. You continue your exploration inside the mountain caves. These caves seem to be hiding some sort of secret tunnel that may lead you into the main castle. Okay, just slot my characters I want to take with me into there, and away we go. So, I haven't actually gotten too far into this. Like I said, I actually did buy this game because I wanted to play it. I bought it whenever it first came out, and I have been really enjoying it. Although, I haven't gotten too far because, well, I keep dying. Like I said, I have been playing on hardcore, and that means that you die pretty often. You've got to restart the game quite often. But it's not too bad. It's, the gameplay is fairly fast-paced, even though it is turn-based. Okay. As you can see that whenever I select these characters, it says, and then I select the corpse, it says 40% chance to find treasure. Later on, whenever you get other classes, the wizard just happens to be at 40% as well. There are stats that let you have a greater chance of getting more gold and finding new abilities, or finding... Sorry, that trap really threw me off there. Like your 40% chance to find gold or treasure, but the dwarf might have a 60% chance. Anyway, I just stood on some spikes. Traps. The castle and its dungeons hold many traps. Most of them will trigger only once and then become harmless. Traps can only be detected through a skill or by carrying a torch. Ah, a torch. Probably should have picked that up whenever I had the money and was at the pub. Oh well. Okay. Okay, so this is a good time to use my lightning storm. So let's hope that this takes everything out and I don't have to take any damage from fighting anything. Oh. Oh, it was only 2. Okay, well that's still fair enough. And then take out this little chum. Oh, yeah, nice. Critical. Okay. Gotta get this gold. And of course, because my wizard doesn't have as much health, I'm going to make my barbarian lead the way. If he steps on a trap, it's not that big of a deal. At least not yet. So the graphics are functional. I think they're nice. You know, they harken back to the days, again, of board games where you would have these really gorgeous paintings on the boxes of these heroic people, you know, men and women fighting against, you know, skeletons and wizards and goblins and things like that. So they've got the aesthetic really down. The first game that they came out with the first version of this, just called Dark Quest, wasn't anywhere near as nice looking as this. So I'm guessing that they were in some way successful with that game, to the point that they could afford to get some good animators and graphic designers. Okay. Okay. Well, that's... yeah, that sucked. Yeah, the original was more... hard to describe. It was almost like little paper cutouts of characters. It wasn't actually, you know, to scale models or anything like that. You know, I would actually describe the original as looking like a print-and-play game, and I think that's a perfect example of the difference between this game and the original. This game has more depth, it's better looking, but at the same time, the first one was a good starting point. It was a good prototype. So I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because my barbarian's starting to take quite a bit of damage. Ooh, wizards. I don't like these guys. Okay, take him out. And again, every time I attack, it's random. You know, I might hit for 1 damage, 2 or 3 with my barbarian because he's stronger. Or I might not hit at all, and then I'd have a lot of trouble. Okay. Go down here. Have I been down? Yeah, I have been down this way. Let me see if there's a way to bring up a map, actually. I think there is, but I've forgotten how to do it. Okay, just pressing buttons on the keyboard. Can't figure it out. Oh, how about that map icon at the top? Yep, there we go. Okay, so, yeah, the very basic map, but, you know, it works. Where am I supposed to go? So that's where I am, so I have to go... it must be there, surely, because that's where I started. So, right? Then, kind of southward? I have to... do I have to get over there? Was I over there? I don't remember killing that guy. Oh, yeah, I did. Jeez. The game's not that confusing, really, but... I don't know. Maybe it's just been a long day. My brain's a little tired today. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't want to go that way. Ow. I don't think you can split party. Well, first of all, that's why you don't split party. Okay, can I go this way? No. Okay. Okay, so go back here, and I think this must be the exit. That stone on the floor looks peculiar. That's my terrible barbarian voice. Well, it's better than the wizard voice. Or the sorcerer voice that I did earlier. Which had no accent whatsoever to it. Congratulations, you have successfully completed your quest and you are now closer to finding the lair of the evil sorcerer. You must return to the village and rest for your next mission. I shall return to the village. Okay, so another one done. Yeah, my guys took quite a bit of damage there. Oh yeah, I can't get any more heroes yet. So I shall rest up. Okay, let's see... Oh, that's still locked. Okay. So I've got 3 more potions. I think I'm going to... I'm gonna take the double attack. And then give 2 more to my sorcerer. Inferno. You know, I really like that lightning storm. I think I'm gonna max it out. So it should be able to just wipe out an entire room now. 3 enemies at once. Let me see. And sure, we'll go with Fireball spell. Good old Fireball. Well, Inferno it's called here, but everybody knows it's Fireball. Well, let's jump into our next quest. Searching for the dwarf or goblin chests. Well, the goblin chest is for 3 players, so let's go for the 2-player one. I wanted to mention as well, let me see. This game does actually have multiplayer. It's got co-op. So if you've got, I guess, up to 4 friends, then you can all jump in and each control a hero and get that, you know, really true board game experience. Or, you know, just play online co-op. Let's go. Let's go get this dwarf. Yeah, I do really enjoy this game. That's why I did want to highlight it. I feel like it's, you know, if it doesn't get any more traction, then it is truly going to be a Steam graveyard game in the future. And I don't want that to happen. You know, it's sad whenever I come across these games that really did have potential, you know, that are good. But they just, you know, for whatever 100 different reasons, they just didn't get the attention. Could be marketing, maybe they didn't have a good social media outlet. Sadly, most of the time it's kind of just down to Steam being Steam. Just having far too many releases coming out at the same time. You know, I want to try and do some good. I want to shine a bit of a spotlight on games that really should have been picked up, and you know, they still have a chance. Help, says the dwarf, in case you couldn't see. I'm trapped in here. I will try to find a way to let you out. I keep changing up the barbarian voice, I don't know why. Maybe he does just have weird different voices. Maybe he's schizophrenic. I don't know. Okay. Again, I know that there's a trap here because I've played this place before. Okay, yeah, that looks dangerous. What's up with him? Goblin Warrior Master. 40% block. Okay. Oh, deals up to 2 damage. That's what he does. That's not what I do. I get it now. Well, luckily, we have upgraded Lightning Storm to completely destroy everything in the room. So that was handy. And slash. Nice. Yeah, that would have been a tough fight, actually. Hit this to free the trapped dwarf. And out we go. You can see as well that the barbarian and the wizard have completely different gameplay elements to them. They play very, very differently.
Thanks, I thought I was stuck here forever. The Elder sensed something might
be wrong and sent me to investigate. I lied. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. But I gotta read these things out, you know? I'm a YouTuber. Let's head back downtown. Congratulations, you have successfully completed your quest and la da 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 da. We've read that before. Go back to town. And the blacksmith is now open for business. Equipment can increase your hero's power for as long as they are equipped. Only one of each item may exist in the game. You can equip an item by dragging it to one of the slots in the bottom. Here's the thing. I really, really like this element. There's not many games that have a limited supply. I mean, like one item of each thing in a game, especially in RPG, especially where you've got a party. So, for example, if you get maybe, you know, like a sword that's, I think this one is actually that. Yeah, a +1 sword. Congratulations! But only one character can ever use it, because there is only one of them. So, you have to start making choices. It really impacts your decision in customizing the party even more. So while on the surface this game looks quite simple, there is, again, much more depth to it and a lot of fun customization to it. So let's take the sword and give it to the barbarian, because he's been kind of kicking ass. Oh. How do I equip it? Oh. Yeah, I think this could be a little bit more obvious. There's little slots down here. These are your bags, and they're actually different depending on which character you select. As you can see, he has the sword now, but the wizard and the dwarf do not. That could be fixed up a little bit better, I think. Even just big arrows saying, you know, hey, down here, that's where you put your equipment. So, I've only got the sword so far. But I can craft items. And there's quite a few different things. And these are all unique items that only one character can equip at a time. But each item is... Some items are specific to spellcasters, some only to fighters. Others are, I think, specific to a single class. So you can see here... let's go with the chainmail. Chainmail can only be used by the barbarian and the dwarf and the knight. And it increases their defense by plus 10%. So none of your magic users could really use that. On the contrary, the Staff of Teleportation, which teleports your hero to the target location, can only be used by the wizard and the monk. I think the boots can be... And then there's certain items that can be used by everyone. But again, there's only one. So I could give this to any of my 3 characters, but I can only buy it once and equip it once. By equip it once, I mean you can equip it, you can unequip it, and then give it to someone else later, but only one person can ever use it. Iron helmet, that looks badass. Okay, plus 2 health. There is the torch. I could probably use that, you know. Let's get something a little bit more fun. Yeah, you see there, that's the bow. Can only be used by the archer. Ooh, Book of Lightning. Increases the damage from your attacks by plus 1. I think that's all damage. The nice sword. Okay, another bow, huh? Okay, maybe some armor? What is that? Flail attacks an additional adjacent random enemy. That would be handy. I think I'm gonna go with this armor and give it to the dwarf. And maybe something a little more attack-based? Or... Actually, let's go for these boots. Or maybe a helmet? Oh, I can't afford it now. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll leave it there because I don't think my dwarf has any potions. Oh, there's a nice wee character screen telling you all the different things going on. So yeah, physical, that's his attack type. I think. Speed 6, yeah, so he's pretty beefy. 60 defense, yeah, nice. Sanity, courage, perception. Perception, I think, is for finding gold and items. So whenever you click on a corpse or something like that, it'll say, you know, 60 or 70%. For him, it would be 70. Sanity, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about courage either. I haven't found anything that affects either. Okay. Luckily, I took no damage, so I don't need to rest. So that's a lot of money that I've saved right there. Let's check out the potions. Oh, my wizard doesn't have any potions either. Okay, well, I definitely need to get them some potions just in case something happens. A thing to note is that your heroes, once they get into the dungeon, they can't trade items. So if I was to just give my barbarian and my dwarf potions, if my wizard ever gets to the point where he's just about to die, he is done for. He cannot just pick up a potion that the dwarf hands him. He's just got what he has on him. And I don't mind that aspect. I think it's fine. Oh, what's this? Okay, so these are like your main quest items, I guess, that you will find along the way as you progress further into the game. Okay. So let's do one more map, one more dungeon. So I've got a full part. Oh, I've still got one more potion. Give it. I'll level up the dwarf. Let's see, what's he got? So he just naturally has the tech traps. So I don't need a torch. The torch would actually buff that ability, but I don't really think I need it at the moment. Let's see. Disarm traps. Attempts to disarm a trap that has been revealed. If you fail to disarm, you accidentally triggered it. So I guess that's if you accidentally... if you see it and then you still manage to accidentally step on it, so you might be able to disarm it or get away with not taking a bit of damage, but I don't really think that's that useful. Gold digger. Okay, he just gets more gold every time he picks up something. Deflect. Successfully resisting or blocking a projectile attack has a chance to deflect it back. Now that's kind of cool. Ooh, 100% chance whenever you get level 2. And 100% for magical as well at level 3. Huh. Set up a spear trap in the target location that deals 1 damage. So I can start setting traps. Probably those spike traps. Shield. Chance to block. Every time you block, you have a chance to hit the enemy and stun them. Stunning's very handy. It's a barrel. Taunting barrels. What is this? Puts a barrel in the target location. When an enemy passes through an adjacent square, the barrel will draw attention, forcing the enemy to break it. Okay, so... okay, I don't know why they would go after the barrels, but... fair enough. At level 3, I could place 4 barrels. 4 angry barrels that I guess shout at people and make them attack them. I like that deflect. That sounds cool. Okay, let's go. So I think there's one more place in the town hub that I have to unlock. I think. I can't remember what it does though. But for everything else, I think you've seen what the overall gameplay loop is all about. Whoa, there's a lot here. Master Goblin Witch. Goblin Witches, uh-oh. Okay. Goblin Warlocks. Goblin Assassin. Well, this does not look good. As I was saying, yeah, this is pretty much the gameplay loop, you know. You go on an adventure, a little quest, where you don't know what's in the next room. You gotta take everything out, get what you can, get what you want, because you can actually just beeline it straight for the exit. But if you want to stick around and, you know, try and find all of these potions, as you can see, this level has 2 to find. I think there's randomly ones that drop as well that can actually go above what the default for the level is. So you can stick around and collect all of these, or you can, you know, if you're in trouble, then you can, you know, just aim for the exit. So you beat the dungeon, go back to the town, level up your characters, buy new equipment, get to the next place. You keep doing that until you finally eventually defeat the sorcerer. So, kind of simple gameplay, but it's the core gameplay. I just said gameplay, didn't I? I messed that up, but yeah, it's the there's something simple to it, but I really like the overall that gameplay loop. So let's try and take these guys out. Okay, so can the dwarf get over there? I kind of want to see someone die from that skull. Oh, well, I got gold. Okay, let me see. My warlock only does 1 damage, so it would be wise to attack that guy with him, while my barbarian can do 3 points of damage to this guy. Well, 2 to 3 points. So again, you see the strategy coming into it. Oh wow, he's already down to 2 health. Oh, I should have let my dwarf open that. Because again, the dwarf, whenever he opens things or picks up gold, he gets more of it than anybody else. Because he's a dwarf. That's what dwarfs do. Wow, a lot of gold. You can see there, he spotted those traps, so... Oh, spotted some more there. So yeah, that ability's pretty handy. It's nice that the AI, whenever you click on a spot to move, they will automatically go around the spikes. So you don't have to worry about micromanaging every single square that they take. Which some games do. I don't like that. Because you want some fluidity in the game. Oh, nice. Okay, can I hit him from here? Yep. My needle will pierce your heart. My sword will not pierce yours, though. Okay, magic. Nice. Okay. Got that treasure. I should probably heal my barbarian. Okay. Yeah, gotta do that. Oh, and he still gets to attack. That's nice. Let's see. Oh, he has his double attack ready now as well, I think. You can see a tiny little icon there. Means he's ready to do that. Oh wow, they blocked both, huh? I could throw the fireball there, and it'd all do 1 damage, but I think it's best to maybe leave it. I've only got 1 fireball per dungeon to use. And there's his proc for the double attack. Come on, dwarf. Ah. Dwarf, you failed me. Okay. And get all the treasure. Okay, so another pot to upgrade my heroes whenever I get back into town. Let's see what's here. I did wonder later if the dungeons actually get a different kind of presentation. If it's all still the, I don't know, I kind of get like a sewer vibe at the moment. Okay, so my dwarf should be able to reflect this. Well, 50% chance. Nah. The goblin missed anyway. Oh, that's nice that he can just slide in there. Miss, dwarf, come on! Ah, there you go. Cool. Okay, you know, I think I'm gonna leave it there. This dungeon, I got the impression that it's actually quite big. Might take another 20 minutes or so to finish. But yeah, that's the game. That's Dungeon Quest 2. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep playing it. I think it's definitely worth checking out. Don't let it be another one of these games that just slips through the cracks of Steam. I don't want to have to review this again, or take a look at it, you know, in a couple of years' time and call it a true Steam graveyard game. I don't think it deserves that. So, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.